Welcome back. Well, I wish I had better news, but unfortunately, we are going to be heading into a drought season now, and Jose Vergara is here to tell us all about what to expect. Well, welcome. Sometimes you have some great news, but this time not such great news for all of us. Hopefully we'll get better at some point.
Yes, Lisa, thank you for having me here today. And I hate to be the guy bringing the bad news, but every time I bring a bad news, I have good news too.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, that's what we want to hear.
So this climate change is really, really hurting us. And the proof is that the first 3 months of this year, January, February, and March, have been the driest month of ever. Ever since we have data, ever recorded. Then we had the water year 2020 and 2021 have been the driest year also. Then because of that, Oroville, which is the biggest reservoir that we have in Northern California to store the water for the State Water Project, last year was in the lowest level. So because of that, the governor actually asked California, actually mandated already, that we continue reducing water because we have been in this mood all the time.
Right.
This year, he said additional 15% of reduction.
So what does that make the total then?
Almost 30-something.
Wow. Well, that's a lot.
Of what we had in 1980s. So I'm here to tell you what are we doing, because this is the bad news. To tell you what we're doing, the good news is El Toro has to comply.
Right.
If we don't, then we won't get water. So this is what we are going to be doing. The state reduced the allocation to us from 15% to 5%. You know what that means? We're paying for about 1,700 acre-feet of water, and we were supposed to get 15% of that. Now they told us we're going to get 5% only, but we still have to pay for the whole thing.
Oh.
That's always been the case.
I see.
So we have to pay for everything. But then the 5%, we're not getting it either. Because they said, no, we're only going to deliver the water to those agencies that depend exclusively on the State Water Project. And because we depend from Metropolitan, and Metropolitan gets water from the Colorado River too,
right.
So we said we're not getting any.
Okay.
So we're not getting any water from the State Water Project.
Wow.
So that means tie it up and move on. So El Toro made a decision, just like Metropolitan did, to move to second level, level 2 of the water emergency program. So what we're doing right now is 3 things. We need to come back and talk to the people in our service area, our customers, and ask them again, please save water. Because we need to save water. And
there are several ways of doing that, of course, and they can see on the screen here is that, conserving 15%, some things here, fix leaks within 4 days, but what are, taking shorter showers, a lot of those things, those are what we do internally, right, inside our homes. What are some other things? Well,
level 1 is a permanent decision that we have, and we'll talk about that. But right now, we're increasing or decreasing the time. If there is a leak, we used to have 5 days to fix it. Now we have 4. That's it. Now, every waste of water is forbidden now, prohibited.
Okay.
Not allowed, and then you will have a mechanism to report somebody who's wasting water.
So are you talking about like car washing and things like that?
Car washing with a hose, or I've seen people with a hose wetting the sidewalk, the driveway, and you see the river going out.
Yep.
So that's a no-no.
Okay.
But we do have a permanent condition. But in this time, we are asking people to get straight down to consume less water. The case of the permanent condition that we have is you cannot irrigate from 9 to 6, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay.
You can not waste water. You can have to have fountains that have a pump and recycle the water if you have pump. Every single waste is not allowed. And those are getting more strict now. So one thing good for Laguna Village is if you are being irrigated with recycled water,
Yes.
you don't have to do anything of that.
Right.
That's the benefit.
Right.
But there are portions in Laguna Woods that are irrigated with potable water. Mm-hmm. Those will be controlled later on if we have to move to level 3.
Right.
If we move to level 3, we have to come back and say, sorry, no irrigation for these days, and these days. So that's what it is. So what can we do now? All we can is to tell people, help us.
Yeah.
We have still rebates. We have, we can educate people. When we find out that somebody is not complying, we can call this person and say, look, this is the way to do it, and we kind of educate. We're not police going to hit anybody, but we educate them already. They're already being hit in the pocket when they waste the water.
Right.
So we're telling that. And we're telling them also, come to the meetings. El Toro has every 3 months a meeting, we call it CAG, Community Advisory Group. We usually invite everybody that we can, but few people come. I know it's difficult because it's at lunchtime. And then we're saying, okay, take your lunch with us. In fact, we'll give you a sandwich.
Well, there you go.
So
I mean,
free
if
lunch.
you're serving lunch.
So we have a free lunch so you can listen to what we are doing.
There you go. That's awesome. I think that's the best way. You know, it's always nice to know, you know, to get an inside track to what's going on. And then maybe, you know, maybe some of our captains, you know, we have captains of different neighborhoods, and maybe you can invite them to come, and that way they can help spread the word.
Originally, we kind of invited the leaders of the clubs and everybody who is interested. But again, many of these captains no longer live here. And then we have new guys that we need to be educating all the time.
Exactly.
So, and that's the reason we come here, because your station is seen everywhere here in Laguna. And hopefully they're watching now and they get interested. We'll give you a sandwich with a little salad so you feel better.
Well, even better, you get a sandwich and a salad. Well, I love that. I think that it's really important that you guys do help relay the information, give them lots of tips and tricks, and of course you can go online and see all of that information, as well as find out about your advisory groups, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
And the website is the best thing you can do. You don't need to walk there, you just go to the website. You can tell us if you see a waste of water. Doesn't necessarily have to be somebody wasting the water. Sometimes there is a sprinkler that breaks and nobody noticed. And do you see that one? Please tell us. Because every little bit of water that we save is good.
All right, excellent.
So that's about it.
All right.
So bad news and a little thing of good news, how to solve the problem. So we'll survive.
We will. We always do.
Years.
But, you know, it just kind of is a bummer when we have to deal with that, you know, as we go into the summer months. So thank you very much for the information. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right.
Bye.
And remember, if you want more information about how to save water, or you would like to participate in the advisory groups, you can always go to etwd.com. We'll be right back.